Hello YouTube! And today we will start by doing Veggietales. And you might be wondering why all of them basically say good, like are positive categories, and there's one negative category. Because I don't find Veggietales bad at all, and there's very few that I think are bad. So let's go ahead and start this. I want to be done soon. Okay, here we go. Where's God When I'm Scared? The first Veggietales film. Wow, I love this one so much. That the quality is kind of cheesy because it's the first one, but I have to give them credit for that because that's the first 3D film. Toy Story didn't even get made until 2 years after that. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna put it in great. Yeah, great should do it. God wants me to forgive them. Now they're trying like the 3D this better, and they make it like where it looks more like claymation. Now I'm not a big fan of that, but the stories are amazing. So let's see, good, bad, great. I like this one better than Where's God When I'm Scared, so I'll put it there. Are You My Neighbor? I love this one. This is the first one that I actually really love from Veggietales. Like the space part and then Flibberaloo, love it. So I'll put it up here in amazing. Rack, Shack, and Benny. Finally, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You don't see many Bible stories on TV about that. So and then they go into the fiery furnace, and then Mr. Nezer and Mr. Lund are introduced, so I love this one, so it'll go in amazing. Dave and the Giant Pickle. Now this deserves legendary. That one's amazing. The songs are great, the sheet tipping over is great, the whole thing's great, and how it does some outtakes with Larry just sitting there watching and listening to Bob talk about it. I love that bit, and the Philippines and the Philistines, love it. The Toy That Saved Christmas. Well, I know that it's not the worst, not the worst Veggietales Christmas movie, but it's still a little, so that'll probably go down to great. Very silly songs. Now it has the good songs in it, and it has Larry not knowing what it's about, so I think that one's probably about great. Larry Boy and the Fib from Outer Space. Now, I know a lot of you would say that it would go up in a legendary or amazing, but I would say great because this one, Larry doesn't actually save the day or fight any crime. All he does is save Junior from the top of the water tower. So, yeah, that's why that one's staying there. Josh and the Big Wall. Now, I'm always like, I don't think I want to watch this one. I always find this one boring, but then after I watch it, I realize it's not boring at all. So I'm going to put that in great. Now, that one's about Jericho and the walls, and I love how they walk around it, and then the slushies getting dropped on them, and so and so. Now, you see this pattern? Like, most of them are going in great, amazing, and legendary because, well, these are the 90s classics, but most of them are amazing. Madame Blueberry. Oh, I love this one. I like this one more than Dave and the Giant Pickle. Now, usually you don't find the other legendary ones until later. Oh, well. That one's probably more than that one. There you go. I find that one better than Dave and the Giant Pickle because it introduces Madame Blueberry, and then she has to be thankful for what she has. I love that one so much. The End of Silliness. I love the silly song. The cafe part's kind of weird because Larry has a different attitude. He's like crying and grumpy and stuff like that. Usually he's silly. So, but I get that because he loses his silly songs. So, but I'm not a big fan of it, so I'll put it down here in good. Larry Boy and the Rumor Weed. Finally, Larry starts to fight crime. Like, it introduces the film with Larry fighting crime. He stops the milk money bandit. And I love how Officer Scooter, every time he shows his car in it, it plays the radio song of, I can be your friend. So, yeah, this one's better. I'll put that up here in amazing. King George and the Ducky. Totally, yes, I love it. It's amazing. I love it so much. Right about here. You got Bob and Larry, King, and then the second-hand man, and then you got Jimmy and Jerry trying to pretend them at the beginning. I love that part. It's amazing. Not only that, but Esther is amazing too. In my opinion, I think 2000 was the best year for Veggietales because both the films were amazing. And I'm glad that they went right when they started the 2000 century. They started off with really good films. Lyle and the Kindly Viking. This one is amazing. with the boat and the Vikings, and they turn to sharing Vikings, and then how everyone has a big screen TV bigger than that one, but the one it shows in there is like from 2001, so it's amazing. Okay, the ultimate silly song countdown, ranking all the silly songs. Finally, the first silly song ranking video. I find that amazing. I do. And that silly song that goes in there, the Japanese food one, I love it so much. It's my favorite silly song. Jonah, a Veggietales movie. Amazing. That's the only word for it. It's amazing. Great soundtrack. Actually, I'm going to put that up here. Right there. Great soundtrack, and it has great characters, and it also includes the pirates who don't do anything. Amazing right there. And then they redo Paul Grape's look, because the first look for him was kind of weird when he was a pirate. The Star of Christmas. Right about here. Okay. Work. No. Why is it so hard? Okay, there we go. The Star of Christmas. Now, I love that bit with, they think they want to put on a big production thing, and then the great songs, and then the theater, and then the Christmas pageant. I love that bit. The Wonderful World of Autotainment. Now, a bunch of you all would go, whoop, but I'm not like that. I think that I love how it puts some of the CD songs in here, and then they go to the feature, and they have the bots and stuff. So, great. I'll put it right about here in great. I like that one surprisingly more than Josh and the Big Wall. The Ballad of Little Joe. About right here. Love it so much with the sheriff and Dodgeball City. Great redo of Jonah. Love it. Easter Carol. Now that's up here with Star of Christmas. I like it better because it has more details and more like city parts. And it includes Mr. Nezer when he's like rare to be found. So I love that bit. The Snoodle's Tale. Right about here. I love the Snoodle's Tale. Now, usually people, if you feel down about yourself, I totally recommend to watch this. Like, the Snoodle maker, is like God in real life, and he creates everyone, so I love that part. And then the part with Dr. Jiggle and Mr. Slide, I like that more than the Snoodle's Tale. Like, if they made that longer, the Dr. Jiggle and Mr. Slide part, and then they made that an episode, it would go to the top right here. That's one of my favorite things. Sumo of the Opera. Now, this one I think is underrated. I love it. I love the wrestling part and the St. Patrick part. But there also is some issues with it. Like, there's boring parts to it. So, about right here. Duke and the Great Pie War. Whoop! Yeah, that deserves to be up there. I mean, it has a great first part. A lot of y'all think it's boring because, it has, like the Moses part at the beginning, and all y'all think that's boring, but then I think the second part makes up for it. Duke and the Great Pie War, and Petunia gets introduced, and I just love it. Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Samson's Hairbrush. Amazing one, but I'm going to have to put it right there. Yes. The first part with Bully Trouble, starring Junior Asparagus and Gordon. Love it so much. The playground part has reality, like a lot of these are like fantasy, fiction, stuff like that. Anyways, but that one actually has like a reality part with like facing bullies, because everyone knows a bully in their school. I mean, yeah. Lord of the Beans. Now, this one I love. I don't know why they don't have it in Veggietales all the shows, or like on Veggietales. If any of y'all seen Yippee, it's like the go-to Veggietales streaming place. So yeah, Lord of the Beans, it's not on there. I don't know why, but I love it. But there are some I like better. About right here. There you go. Sherlock Holmes and the Golden Ruler. Yes, that one is just yes. I love it. The first part. It always makes me hungry. I always could go and get Doritos or tortilla chips eating that, because I love that first part. And then the Sherlock Holmes part where you got to be true to your friends and include them and stuff. Love it. Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. Finally, not only like in Larry Boy and the Rumor Week, he doesn't save the day. Let's see, all the people do when they say that Alfred's a nice man. But in Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. Okay, let me fix this. Larry Boy the Apple, he actually doesn't. He gets everyone free, and then he struggles with temptation and fights out of it. That is the best Larry Boy there is. So, I'm gonna put it right there. Okay, Gideon, Tuba Warrior. The first part I love, the George Munoz part. But the second part, it just kind of bores me out. Like, when I watch it, I get bored. So, I'm gonna put it... This is the first one I said it was boring, so I'll go put it right there. Mo and the Big Exit. The Lone Stranger. Up here. Right now. Yeah. That goes there because it's a great sequel to Ballad of Little Joe. I love it so much. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Now, if any of y'all seen The Wizard of Oz, it's not the same as that. And you got Gordon instead of the puppy lady and whatever the villain was again. But I think this is better than Wizard of Oz in my opinion. I just love it. So, let's see. Right there. Yes. Great. There's some notes I have for it, but it's great. The Pirates Who Don't Do Anything. No, don't like it. Boring? No, just no. Why? I no use to talking about it. The Big River Rescue. Love that bit. Up here. Yeah, right there. That one, I love it so much. Because, you know, there's the whole Big River Rescue, and then you got Little Yimmy and all the rest of the characters and cast, and you have Mr. Nezer as the real suspect. Okay. Abe and the Amazing Promise. Now, a lot of y'all don't take credit for this movie. Well, not that by meanings. Anyways, but I think it's awesome. Like, the first part, I get it's like a repeat of Josh and the Big Wall. But the second part, Blunders and Boo Booville. I love that bit. The soundtrack is amazing, so I will put it right here because, you know, there's still that beginning part that's kind of a ripoff. Minnesota Cuke and the Search for Noah's Umbrella. Love the sequel to the first one and how it shows in the first one, like, are you ready to find Noah's umbrella? And now it's showing it. So, let's see. The first one's up there, but this one's not as good, so about right there, yeah. St. Nicholas, Story of Joyful Giving. Not as good as Star of Christmas, but better than Toy That Saved Christmas. So, let's see. The Toy That Saved Christmas was, where did I put it? Oh well. Okay, so it's better. So about right there. Bingo. That's where I'll put it. It's amazing. Okay, it's amazing. Pistachio. Okay. Kind of bores me out. Love the song, silly song, but it's a little boring. So, right about there. Sweet Pea Beauty. Whoop. Yeah, that's so bad. Okay, let's just discuss. It's unfinished. Like a lot of the parts, it's completely unfinished. They didn't publish it late enough because they didn't work on it all the way. It's just really bad. I mean, there's one part where the mirror is in the back of the room, and then Madame Blueberry and Sweet Pea are talking, and the mirror just appears right next to them. And I'm like, what just happened there? And this is so bad. The plot of the story, it's okay. I mean, it's called Sweet Pea Beauty, as in Sleeping Beauty from Disney, but it's actually a spin-off of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so that's just a rip-off name. Okay, It's a Meaningful Life. Okay, this one, probably good. I'd say it's good. The train part, and then how Larry's a dad, and the animation changes. Same with Sweet Pea Beauty, but I'm not a big fan of the new animation, and the plot is okay, I guess. 'Twas the Night Before Easter. Take out everything that's lovable in Star Christmas, and there's 'Twas the Night Before Easter. The same thing happens here. A theater burns down. She wants her big break. Sweet Pea Beauty does. Petunia does. And then you got the sidekicks there trying to help her out, and the same whole thing. Yeah, just no. Princess and the Pop Star. Girly movie alert. Girly movie alert. About right there. I think it's good. The soundtrack, I don't like it that much. But maybe that's because I'm coming from a boy's opinion, but that just to be honest. So no offense, girls that are watching this right now. The Little Drummer Boy. Actually, I'd rather watch The Toy That Saved Christmas. I mean, I love the story and everything, but still. Right there. Bingo. Robin Hood and His Not So Merry Men. I don't know why y'all don't like this. Now, I know that TBS dude, who also made one of these videos, said that the first part of Robin Hood was not good because it was a copy of Fairly Odd Parents. But I still think it's good. So, and then the next part immediately what makes up for it because I love it so much. Let's see. About right there. Bingo. Okay. Penniless Princess. Now, I don't think it's the best movie because I don't like these. Veggietale movies aren't usually to make people cry. And then how the dad dies and you don't usually have that in Veggietales. It's like they tried something and then they decided not to do it again. I give them credit for that. Like, they tried something and they realized it failed. So they're not doing that anymore. So, about right there. Okay. The League of Incredible Vegetables. Now, this movie, it doesn't only have Larry Boy, but it has every other superhero. Now, Junior's back in this one, starring as the hero again, as Fib in the Outer Space, and Rumorweed. And I don't like how they keep having Junior in there, so right about there. Okay, The Little House That Stood. Now, I know a lot of y'all are like, ugh, fairy tales, ugh, all that stuff. But I think it's pretty good. I mean, they did a kind of good job on it. Now, the animation's a little weird. Like, Bob is glowing. But still, it's not as good as any of these, but it's better than these. McLarry and the Stinky Cheese Battle. Finally, one of the classics. They go back to the classic kind of Veggietales plot thing, and I love it so much. It's great. That's all it is. It's great. Mary Larry. Goodbye. Okay, now, I don't think this one's as bad as this one. Sweet Beauty always stays at last. But Mary Larry is the worst Christmas film that Veggietales has ever made. I lost the touch that I loved with all the other ones, the lovable characters, and it's the mall now, and it's so boring. I'm bored until the end where the fireworks thing happens, and Bob has to go stop it. But yeah, so that's just a definitely no-no, and they have the guy from Duck Dynasty starring in there. Weird. Okay. Veggies in Space, the Fennel Frontier. I don't know why. I know it's the fourth last one that was made, but I still love it. About right there. Celery Night Fever. Wow, Disco, Veggietales Disco. Now, this one will go, probably right here. The songs are good. Love the stage play and how they reunite the band. Beauty and the Beat. No, not really. I'll put that down here. Yeah. The whole thing about them going to the hotel and it looks haunted. It actually looks nice. I don't get that. It looks really nice. And you got Archibald as the, what's the word? I forgot the word. I'm not prepared for this. What is wrong with me? Anyways, so moving on. Noah's Ark. About right there. The animation's putrid. They changed that animation. I don't like it at all. Noah's Ark story. Now, they have the Ark from the Noah's Ark, but that's pretty much it. I mean, they have the hotel. It's like a hotel room, like a royal suite, something like that. That's what it looks like on the inside. So that's going to go right about there. So, hey, guys, here's my list of all the Veggietales, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time on Tire Tuesdays.